Hey all, Smarty Pants Chess here, and today we're going to look at copycat traps and why you should never copy your opponent. So the first example is in the Petrov. You've probably seen it before. White plays 1e4, black plays e5, white plays knight f3, and black copies with knight f6. White takes pawn on e5, black takes on e5. So now white plays queen e2, attacking the knight on e4, and of course black copies, plays queen e7. And here black is already worse because now can come queen takes e4, taking it. And if black copies queen takes e5, we can just take the queen with white, queen takes e5, check. And black looks like a bit of an idiot. However, after queen takes e4, black could also play d6 and stop with the copying. But white is still better. White actually wins a pawn. He plays d4, and if d takes e5, d takes e5, white is now a pawn up and in a better position. And if black stops copying here and plays knight f6 instead of queen to e7, knight c6 check, and attacking the queen, a discovered attack. And white wins the black queen. If queen e7, knight takes e7 and bishop takes e7, white is doing much better. In example 2, I'll show you a line in the Vienna, e4, e5, and knight c3 from white, black copies with knight c6, bishop c4 from white, and bishop c5 from black copying. And of course here, queen g4. And if queen g5, let's say, white just takes the queen, and again, black looks like a bit of an idiot. But this doesn't usually happen. People are a lot smarter than that usually. So here I find a lot of players play queen f6. Here they think, oh, I'm going to start trying to checkmate the white king by taking on f2. But it doesn't work like that. After knight d5, white's actually winning already. We're attacking the queen, the pawn on c7, and the pawn on g7. Here, if black takes an f2, check. After king d1, the smoke is cleared. White is actually winning. And this is usually where black's realization kicks in that they're losing. There's no mate on f1 for black, and here the best move is actually playing king f8. But after knight h3, attacking the queen moves, and d3, white is actually threatening to play c3 and winning the queen, and in a superior position. If d6 is played, attacking the queen with their bishop, queen takes g7, and white is again winning. If knight ge7, queen takes h8, king d7, knight f6 check, and black has to give up the queen to stop it being in checkmate. And finally, the third example of why you should never copy your opponent comes from Capablanca. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and knight c3 and knight f6. White plays bishop c4 and black copies with bishop c5. Both sides castle, d3, d6, bishop g5, bishop g4. Both players put the knights into the centre with knight d5 and knight d4. Queen d2, queen d7, and how white's in play, bishop takes f6. Black of course copies, but now comes knight to e7 check. Black can no longer copy white. And black looks like a bit of an idiot because after king h8, white can play bishop takes g7, king takes, and queen g5, check. King h8 is the only move, and queen f6 is checkmate because the king has no more squares. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and this is the reason why you should never copy your opponent. It usually ends badly. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.